Now in this one, we'll be taking a look at how to add a new customer in our database using the single page application that we are creating. So the first thing that we will be doing is introducing a new state variable, and here we're calling it as a new customer, and initial value is set to false. After that, what we have done is inside the render method, if you see, we have introduced a new button, and this is basically going to call a function called new customer. Now in order to call this new customer function, the first thing that we need to do is inside our constructor we need to bind this. So we are saying this.newCustomer equals this.newCustomer.bind this, and then here we have defined the new customer, and all it is doing is setting the value of new to true, and the current customer is now initialized with an empty object of customer with the customer ID 0 and every other thing over here as name, city, state, country, email. And once that's done, you'll notice inside the render function we have this check which sees whether the new is set to true or not. So when we have clicked on this button, we will be coming inside this, and here we're calling the same old function render current customer. Now render current customer has been updated a little bit. You'll notice that the button click now says save customer instead of update customer, because we will be using the same form to update the data as well as insert a new customer. Now this is going to call update data with the customer object. So here inside update data, we have now also renamed the controller method as save user. So it covers both the aspect of adding as well as updating, and the rest of the stuff remains same. And inside the controller, you'll notice we have not changed anything at all except the save customer name. And inside this sp update customer stored procedure, we have updated it. So now if the customer ID is greater than 0, we are doing the update. Otherwise, we are simply inserting the record over here. And you can see that customer ID is not provided because customer ID is auto incremented over here. So as soon as a new record will be inserted, the customer ID will be updated on its own. Now let's go ahead and run this to see it in action. Now we'll be clicking on the customers link, and here you can see all the customers are coming up. Let's go ahead and click on new customer. So we have the empty form, and now let's go ahead and enter some values, and you can see that we have entered a new customer called Tom. And now let's go ahead and click on save customer. So here you can see the breakpoint has hit, and let's check the customer object that has been passed, and over here you can see every other thing is coming up properly and the customer ID is set to 0. Now let's execute this, and then we'll check whether it has been inserted into the system or not. So here we'll go back to our customer, and there we have Tom inserted into our database, and here we can see it as well on the customer list. So that's how easy it is to insert a new record using our ASP.NET Core React template single page application.